Hey Star Wars fans and friends, hope you're doing really well. Going to do a review today on the Black Series 6-inch scale Yoda, even though he's not technically 6-inch. I have a ruler here. He's pretty much on 3 inches, maybe a fraction taller, but that's okay. A really cool Yoda. I don't have the packaging to show you. I chucked out all the packaging. I'm not keeping it anymore. It's just taking up a lot of space. So, this Yoda is really cool. I really like this Yoda. It's definitely got some high points. Yeah, he's also got a few lower points. But I'm not going to spend all day complaining because I'll leave that to other people. I don't like complaining. Anyway, is accessories. You've got a good bunch of accessories, which does help this figure out a lot in terms of value. So we've got the lightsaber. I'll see if I can focus that a bit better. Probably won't because Yoda's in the background. It wants to focus on him. Alright, so there we got the lightsaber blade and the hilt, which is really good. That unpegs, so that's nice. So that's not too bad at all. Pretty nicely sculpted. Paint's okay. I can live with that. That's cool. Now he's got... One thing I really like is the addition of this snake that comes sitting around his neck. I think that's a really great addition. Nice harken back to the 80s with the vintage Yoda. This is a nicely sculpted dude. Once again, I'll see if I can get the focus on the snake more so than Yoda in the background. Doesn't want to because it's not that big, but you get the idea anyway. But that's sculpted really nicely, and that just sits around his neck. Now we'll bring Yoda up a bit closer now. Now he's got his thing around his necklace, which is apparently called a Blissl flute. That's Blissl. Not sure what its purpose is or why he's got it, but he's got it. But that's cool. They've done a good job of it. Looks a lot better than the 3 3/4 inch version that we recently got in the Black Series as well. So that's good. He's also got his gimmer stick, or his walking cane, which is cool. He's got a removable belt, which just sort of, there's a bit of a peg under that pouch there. I'm not going to take it off because it's a bit of a pain to get back on. Soft goods, they're okay. I know his robes look all worn and battered and stuff on Dagobah anyway, so it's probably not so bad, but I'm just not a big fan of the fraying. I want to try and replace this at some stage. Usually when I get fraying robes like that, I tend to just get a cigarette lighter or something and just lightly just burn the edges, just not to the point where it blackens it or dark burns it. What it does is it just sort of melts the frayed edges and seals it a little bit, I guess. But that didn't work this time, so probably going to get on eBay and find that seller that does all the robes. I know he's got a Yoda one on there, so I might grab that. Just a little bit better made than this, but it's okay. A head sculpt on Yoda is definitely a standout for me. It looks really, really good. The sculpt is just incredible. That's exactly how we see Yoda in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, if you ask me. A few stray hairs short of making him absolutely spot on, but otherwise it looks great. A few more paint apps would absolutely nail this figure. This figure it'd be worth every cent if the paint details on his head were just precise. If they added a little bit more, but at the moment it's that one green, which is probably the colour of the plastic. The eyes, which are painted really nicely actually. Nice and straight. He's not cross-eyed. There's no problems there. The hair, mine's a little bit sloppy on that sideburn there, but it's not too bad. But on the back, it's just a plain white. So it leaves a little bit to be desired, but for me, that's probably the main downfall of this figure is just the paint apps. But even then, it's a plastic toy. It's mass-produced in factories in China. We haven't got artisans sitting there painting individual figures like other companies do. Hasbro mass producing these things and pumping them out. Even though we never see them in stores, but that's okay. Once again, Articulation's pretty good for this guy. He's got the ball jointed head, which is just on a socket, which is fine for someone of his scale. The neck hides nicely in the collar, which is great. So there's no semblance of a join there. It just sort of hides in there nicely. He's got the ball hinged shoulders, ball hinged elbows. He's got swivels in the wrists. He's got a swivel waist. He's got the ball jointed hips. He's got the swivel at the thigh, and I'm sure they're ball hinged ankles. Yeah, they are ball hinged. I think I prefer to have seen knee articulation than that, but it's a pretty thick joint, so understandably they missed that out. But it could have been done. I would have rather have seen knee articulation than that thigh swivel. I would have cancelled that out and put a knee joint in there. They can do it. It's possible. Doesn't have to be double jointed. Just a single joint would have been great. But overall, I like this Yoda. He's good. He's a good figure. Yoda's always been a big favourite of mine. Tend to pick up as many Yodas as I can. When I see a Yoda, I'll grab him. There tend to be few and far between these days. They don't tend to pump many Yodas out. Good Yodas anyway. There's a lot of Saga Legends stuff at the moment, but he's good. It's a nice representation of the Empire Yoda. So we might get a prequel one day. I assume we probably will. A swappable head on this would have been great, but then we'd have to go and buy two so we could have each one. But anyway, guys, that's my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this bit of a review, bit of a look at this Yoda. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, hope all you lucky SOBs have fun at Celebration, the guys that are able to attend. I am jealous as all hell. Hopefully make it to the next one, whenever that will be. So stay tuned because I'm going to record some more videos today. So I've got some more videos to put up during the week. Yeah, until then, guys, may the force be with you. See ya.